So The Boys Season 2 has finally concluded, so today I thought it was time for me to stop and review The Boys Season 2. Hey everyone, SW Nation here. Welcome back to a brand new TV review here on the channel. I like to stop and take the time to review The Boys Season 2. Please note that everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion, and you are free to comment down below. What did you think of The Boys Season 2 as a whole? Without further ado, let's get into my review. You have been warned.
Butcher? What happened?
My wife. She's alive.
So The Boys was actually a show that I really didn't check out before Season 2. And when Season 2 came out, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I adored it. Let's get into the good. And the good thing that comes to mind here is that it's just as great as the first season. It's funny, it's dark, and it's graphic. And what I got from this season was the most fascinating story, and that was Homelander. Obviously, Homelander is not a good guy, but you just can't help being sympathetic for him. I felt the arc about his son was very engaging along with Stormfront's. Even though Stormfront is a Nazi, I just can't help but liking her character, and I just want to see more of her character in Season 3. I will get into spoilers later about Stormfront's fate inside of this finale, but I do think that when her and Homelander are on screen together, they just give off this chilling performance, and it's honestly frightening. Don't get me wrong, these two characters are drastically different and have different ideologies, but they're also pretty much the same. As you can tell, Stormfront and Homelander were the big standouts in this season, and to be honest, the season primarily focuses on Homelander. And I think that's what kind of drew me into the season. When I first started off watching the season, I really wasn't kind of feeling it. But then once we got into the Homelander arc stuff, I was loving it. And I just think that that was the best thing for Homelander's character. Though he had a great character in Season 1 with the mystery of it, and then we didn't really get to see much of him, we get to see a lot of him in Season 2. And I think that was the best thing for them to do inside of this season, especially with what they wanted to do with his son, Ryan, who is actually the first natural-born Supe in years. One thing that I really love about Ryan and Becca inside of this season is the fact that when Homelander and Stormfront comes into their home, they play it off so well. Becca is frightened really, but she's trying to stay strong for her child. Her child really doesn't care because, like, okay, this is my dad. He's a superhero. You know, that's kind of cool. But what made it so frightening and haunting was when, in that episode, Stormfront and Homelander just took off with Ryan, and you can just see Becca break down as a mother, and I honestly felt like that was great acting, and she played her part perfectly well. While I have been talking about the Supes a lot, I just love what they do with the Supes. The boys aren't sidelined at all. Hughie's relationship with Starlight is one that doesn't feel forced and doesn't make me cringe. It's clear that Hughie is still hung over from the death of Robin, and I feel like that was best for him, that he doesn't have to move on from Robin just to stay with Starlight. He still loves Robin, and he still thinks about that day when she got murdered by A-Train all the time. Butcher also gets a great arc, and we see more of his humanity. We see his father, we see him with Becca. He still is hungover on Becca, and the rest of the boys also have great arcs, I guess, that conclude inside of this finale. Mother's Milk, I kind of don't really know what his arc was. Frenchie, so-and-so. Kimiko, she had a fascinating arc trying to get revenge for her brother's death by Stormfront. So, yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. The thing about this finale is that it leaves the door open for more seasons to come. Everything that was concluded, air quotation marks, inside of this season was set up to be more paid off inside of the third season. Like Ryan leaving and going somewhere else, I feel like, yes, they're setting up that spin-off show for that Supe College or Supe High School show that they're trying to do. And I just think that, yeah, I think it's best for Ryan to just leave this world of Homelander and Stormfront and Butcher and the boys and all that and just go off somewhere else because, yes, this guy killed his mom. Like, the kid killed his mom and also kind of burned Stormfront too, but he literally killed his mom. How would you think the kid would feel being still in that environment? So I think that was the best thing for him, and also, you know, he obviously is going to be in the spinoff later. Like I said before, Homelander kind of takes central stage inside of this season, but don't get me wrong, the other Supes don't really take back leg, except for at least two of them. Queen Maeve and Starlight, they are some of the most fascinating characters inside of the show. They've been setting up their arcs since season 1, and I think that was best for Queen Maeve as a character that basically is coming from the same place Starlight is coming from. It seems to me that Queen Maeve was actually more enthusiastic to join the Seven, and then when she figured out that this is not really what it's cut out to be, when you're inside of the public, you save the people, you smile for the cameras, and then behind the scenes, this is big, deeper, darker corporate overlord that's running the game, that's trying to make profit off of these superheroes. And yeah, it is corrupt. Like I said, Starlight and Queen Maeve are some of the most interesting characters because Queen Maeve can look at Starlight and see her younger self, the enthusiasm, the joy of being on the Seven, being a superhero. And then Queen Maeve is the older, more experienced version of Starlight that's been behind the scenes at VOD. Though I do love this season, there are a few negatives, so let's get into the mixed. And the mixed thing that comes to mind here is that the other heroes of the Seven kind of take a back seat. Black Noir, he was cool in the beginning of season 2. Then I think he died or something to an almond joy. I don't know if is he dead or is he alive. I really kind of am confused on that. And then we also had the Deep and A-Train. Though their character arcs are kind of great, I kind of felt like they were cut out of the show to have a bigger role inside of season 3. They're like, okay, you guys have to take a back seat on this season, but come season 3, you guys are gonna have your time to shine. A-Train kind of gave Starlight and Hughie the files on Stormfront, so I guess that was kind of his arc, him getting even with Hughie and everything like that. I don't know. And then we also had the Deep that really didn't do much, so I don't know what they're going to do with these characters in season 3. I hope they do something, but I just think that they were kind of wasted. Along with Lamplighter. I think Lamplighter was one of those characters that I was very excited to see. I was very excited to see Iceman turn into a pyro. That was interesting, but all he did was just watch porn and just burn himself on fire. I thought he was going to have a bigger role to that. They completely wasted his character. Also, I kind of wanted a bigger battle with the Supes and the boys. Instead, we get Stormfront getting the shit kicked out of her and flies off to kill Becca and Butcher, and then the kid kills her instead and then kills his mom in the process. But is Stormfront really dead? I mean, I know she's burned. I know she's speaking in German while she's burned. And, Homelander's looking at her. He's crying, and he's kind of emotional at the same time. But is Stormfront really dead? Like, I wish they didn't kill off Stormfront because, yeah, like I said in the beginning, though she is a Nazi, I kind of enjoy her character just a little bit. But that's just one of my questions. And also, I kind of wanted more of crazy Homelander versus some people. Yeah, we did get that scene with him masturbating over the Empire State Building, but that was like a little tease. Like, okay, I wanted something more. Maybe not that. I didn't want to see Homelander's butt cheeks, but maybe something more. Like, I wanted to see him kill those guys inside of the house. I wanted to see him do that. Yeah, we got to see the aftermath, but I wanted to see him take care of business. But I guess I can take what I can get. But these are just some minor nitpicks, and that barely hurts the season. In conclusion, the boys deliver another great season worthy of rivaling Doom Patrol for me. This season lets the Supes, particularly Homelander, take the center stage with engaging emotional arcs that make you love their characters even more. Whether we're talking about Homelander, Queen Maeve, or even Stormfront, they all do great in this season, and I can't wait to see what they do in season 3. The boys are great also, but I feel like the Supes just knocked it out of the park with this one. Though the writing is not as tight as it was in season 1, I still want to see more of the boys, and I would give season 2 an A+ and a 9 out of 10, and I say just binge it, and it's certainly worth watching. You have to binge this to understand the story, but the boys season 2 was a great watch, and you guys should check it out. Alright guys, that was it for my review. Please know that everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion, and you are free to comment down below. What did you think of the boys season 2? And also, since I didn't do a review for the boys season 1, tell me what you thought of the boys season 1 also, and which one do you think is better? Personally, I kind of think season 2 might be taking that spot. So I can't wait to see what they do with season 3. The boys, you have my full attention now. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.